Let's get it. Fuck's sake. Let's get it. Welcome to Dux. I came in yesterday with Liam, did a little bit of work, laid some carpet, but that just looks a lot better with carpet, I think. And also what we did, ripped up all that green shit, moved this rig that was here and put it over here. So now we've got squat rack, still got 1, 2, 3, 4 bars plus the inside bars, but look at all that space. Got rid of that whiteboard. We might take that to Toowong, but I feel like that's going to be some usable space there now. Handstand push-ups, could even lift there almost, wall balls, and just to have 6 squat racks. Yeah, happy about that. That's no good. Just trying to make the most of my time not coaching. Just try to make sure I'm using that time to somehow make the gym better. I think I have the wrong blades for the wrong knife. So I think just to continue with the theme, we've got full mats all the way to here, so I'm just going to continue the full mats from here. I'll have to cut this one and then we can go full mat. This one will have to be worked around that pole, maybe a full mat there, and then all the way back to the point where we have to just sort of cut mats in half or whatever for the wall, but it's at the wall, so you don't see the seam that as much as you'll see this line. So as long as this line is nice and sharp, that's kind of what we're going for. Almost there. It's actually quicker than I thought. But I'll tell you, I don't think I can remember how many times I've actually done this. Laid mats, been on the ground for hours on end, cutting and laying mats. In so many different gyms. Really get better at it. It's a little bit relaxing or meditative, I think, because you've got to concentrate, and it's a bit hard to think about other things when you're trying to like measure and cut precisely and puzzle things in together, which is sometimes why I think CrossFit is really powerful as like a form of meditation, stress relief, mental health, is because when you push really deep into a workout, or you're trying to lift a certain weight, or you're trying to learn a skill, or you're in a class and you're concentrating, you don't have space for other thoughts, and it tends to be a bit like meditation, and that's why people need it, and that's why people thrive on it, And that's why people get grumpy when they don't exercise, and that's why things go better in their life when they're committing to exercise and exercising daily. CrossFit in particular, when things get really, really tough, you can't be thinking about other things, and you've got to just focus. You just got to empty everything other than the task that's at hand. If it's a tough workout, if it's an EMOM, if it's a lift, there's just a type of concentration needed in that moment, whether it's an hour or 20 minutes or however long it takes. In that moment, you're just at one with what you're doing. You're just really in the moment. You're just deep in it. You're not thinking about stresses in life. You're not thinking about traffic. You're not thinking about your job. You're not thinking about your relationships. You're not thinking about picking up the groceries, or you're not thinking about all that stress in your life. You're just committing. When you take that away from people, they can lose it. You can start to spiral. You can start to get into really bad habits if you take something like that away from people. So it's super important. Hopefully a couple of weeks of this. I can't see them lifting the lockdown on Sunday, so I feel like we've got at least 2 weeks. We're almost at the end of 1 week. Hopefully it doesn't go any longer than that. We tend to be pretty good at adapting, CrossFitters. We can use what we've got around the house, we can use a park, we can use our own body weight to really knuckle down and get some good workouts in. If you haven't been following my workouts, I'm sure you've somewhat become a little bit more creative since training at Dux, to realize what you can and can't do with a small amount of space, a small amount of equipment, or no equipment at all. All you need to do is just stay consistent. Don't use these lockdowns as an opportunity to just drink yourself stupid or just binge on Netflix for weeks and weeks on end. Get out for at least an hour a day, get some sunshine, get out of breath, try some things that that we don't tend to program very often. Maybe it's like a 5K run, maybe you might want to get on a bike or something and churn and burn. And we should be back very shortly, hopefully. We did it. Have a looky. Looks pretty good. Alright, don't know if anyone's actually interested in this stuff, but I'll just walk you through the week. We got Monday, the CrossFit Games workout, toaster bar, run, toaster bar, run, toaster bar. Task priority workout, that means it's for time, it's not an AMRAP. There's only 2 movements, so that means it's a couplet, medium to slightly long time domain, like maybe 25 to 30 minutes worth of work. I guess that's kind of long in CrossFit terms, but still, let's go medium long, medium rare. Gymnastics and monostructural. So toes to bar is gymnastics, running is monostructural. Next, we got our 20-minute AMRAP. It was 10 burpees, 10 kettlebell swings, 10 box jumps, and 10 meters of handstand walks. So now we've got a time priority workout because it's an AMRAP, so the time is the priority. Technically it's a chipper, just because there's more than 3 movements. Even though it's an AMRAP, it's still technically a chipper if there's 4 movements or more. Medium time domain, burpees, gymnastics, kettlebell swings, weightlifting, box jumps, gymnastics, and handstand walks is gymnastics. Wednesday, we did every 3 minutes for 10 rounds, 15 wall ball shots, sprint up the hill. I guess it's a task because you've got X amount of work to do, but it's also a time. Shit, I don't know about that one. It's a couplet, medium to long, but it's also intervals. And we've got wall ball shots is a weightlifting movement because you're throwing an external object, and running is a monostructural movement. You guys are doing this today. 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. Press, press, press. Task priority workout because the task is set. How long it takes you is completely up to you. Triplet. Say it's another medium one, so we're definitely lacking in long and short, but we'll talk about that in a second. So we've got a weightlifting. Dips was gymnastics, and push-ups is gymnastics. Coming to Friday, we kind of like look at this data from down here, and this is definitely a different style week as well because, you know, we're just working with things outside of our control. So you guys are doing things in the park. You don't want to sort of go to the park and rock out Fran and do like a 2.5 minute workout. That would be pretty gnarly. But, you know, these are some things that we keep in mind, is like how many times have we gone long, how many times have we gone short. For this week and, you know, potentially next week, we do want to be hitting more like intervals and some long, medium to long style workouts, just so you guys can just get in and get some fitness done. Nobody wants to do sprints by themselves in the park, but might think about that for next week. Technically this would be a sprint as well, so even though it's medium, it's kind of like that interval style, short bursts of work. 2 couplets, 1 triplet, 1 chipper. So there's something that we're lacking over here, is either a singlet or a single modality. So that might be something that we might want to add. Keeping with that medium format, just for this week, medium time domain. And obviously we're lacking a little bit of weightlifting, so, you know, the fact that you guys don't have much, think about Friday, and we want to be as varied as possible, but still want you guys to get in and get a good workout in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to split it up. You've got A or B. So we'll try and hit 2 birds with 1 stone here. We're both going to do a single modality movement. We'll try and do a weightlifting one if you've got weight. If you don't have weight, you're going to do a gymnastics one. You're going to either do Grace or .400 meters of lunges. Or you could do both. If you've got the weight, it's 60 and 40 kilos. You're welcome to up that as well if you have the weight, maybe 85 and 60 kilos if you want to get a gnarly workout. Obviously, you can drop that weight down as well to something more like 50 and 35, or basically whatever you have. If you've never done Grace before, best to pick a weight that you can, you know, hit 5 reps, touch and go. Not to say that you'll do that in the workout, but pick a weight that you can do 5 reps without dropping the bar, and that'll give you a pretty good stimulus. If you've done Grace before and if you've got the weight, let's bump it up. For the 400 meter lunges, it's a single modality movement. It is gnarly on the legs. Doesn't require anything other than a little bit of mental toughness and a place to do some lunges. Didn't glue the mats down yet, so I'll probably come back and do that tomorrow. Give it a really good clean. I want to go get a bench for that new bag room with carpet. So we'll try and put the bags in there rather than at the jerk blocks. I'll probably even move the jerk blocks just to give it a bit more space. And I'm thinking about maybe like a little coffee table in there. It sucks that there's no one here. Sucks that there's no one throwing down, working out. Sucks that there's no classes being run. But we'll be back very shortly, and we'll be better than ever. In the meantime, we'll see you on the next one.